Bushehr residents turned the Shahed drone into a powerful symbol of war and resistance as Iran traded fire with Israel on June 8. A massive show of solidarity swept Bushehr after Tehran and Israel exchanged strikes, with crowds using Shahed drone to signal unity behind the armed forces. Iranians were seen writing heartfelt messages for their armed forces on a Shahed drone, turning the weapon into a canvas of pride and defiance. On camera, Trump's supposed master plan to sow discord inside Iran appears to be backfiring, as videos suggest the street is closing ranks instead of splitting apart. Iran appears to be shifting gears after 100 days as Arab states urge Trump to reign in Israel. Tehran is being portrayed as moving from defense to a strategy of offensive deterrence. Questions are growing over whether Iran's preemptive posture forced a wider regional scramble. Mujtaba appears to be changing the rules as Middle East capitals turn to Trump. Iran and 5 Middle Eastern states reportedly urged Trump to restrain Israel after the latest escalation. Iran International, citing Axios, reported on a regional push to curb further Israeli strikes. Iran International, citing Axios, reported, and I quote, Iran and 5 other countries from the Middle East involved in the mediation efforts between the United States and Iran asked Donald Trump to pressure Netanyahu to stop the attacks and move forward with an agreement. The Trump administration received messages from the Iranians on Monday morning stating a willingness to stop shooting if Israel did the same. Unquote. Meanwhile, Iranian media said Tehran has shifted from a defensive posture to one of offensive deterrence. Al-Akbar said Iran's security doctrine now includes preemptive military pressure. The reported shift presents force as both a defensive shield and a preemptive tool. Iranian media said the response to the Beirut strikes caught Israel by surprise. The report added that Tehran's direct entry altered calculations in Tel Aviv. The same account said Iran now seeks to impose its will through displays of power. These claims come as Trump pushes to prevent a broader regional escalation. The reported doctrine shift is also said to have deepened anxiety among US-aligned states.
Dear citizens of Israel, a year ago, we launched a historic preemptive strike against Iran's intention to destroy us with atomic bombs. We thwarted this immediate threat and also eliminated the tyrant Khamenei. Had we not acted in time and with force, we would not be here today. And I promise, and promise again, to Iran there will be no nuclear weapons. With the same determination, we also acted against Hezbollah. Hezbollah planned to invade Galilee with thousands of terrorists, and at the same time, it planned to destroy the cities of Israel with 150. We also thwarted this threat and eliminated Nasrallah. And I want to tell you, our heroic fighters are dismantling Hezbollah's formation. We are continuing to destroy all their terror infrastructures in the security zone, including in huge underground facilities in the Abupa Ridge, so large that I have never seen anything like them before. Iran and Hezbollah are weaker than ever, and we are stronger than ever. But our struggle with them is not yet over. In the last 24 hours, Iran and Hezbollah have tried to impose a new equation on us. And this equation is intolerable and unacceptable to me. They thought they could fire from Lebanese and Iranian territory on Israel, and that we would not respond. That didn't happen, and it won't happen. Not on my watch. As I have done for decades, I firmly uphold our right to act against our enemies. That is what we have done now. After Hezbollah attacked Israeli territory, I ordered the IDF to strike terror targets in Beirut and eliminate Hezbollah operatives there. We have done that. After Iran attacked Israel, I instructed the IDF to strike military and economic targets throughout Iran. We did that. Currently, the fire on this front is contained because after hitting the terror regime in Tehran, it stopped attacking us. If the terror regime makes the mistake of attacking us again, we will respond forcefully, because Israel has a full right to self-defense, and we exercise it as needed. I say this to you, dear citizens of Israel, just as I say it with appreciation and respect in my good conversations with my friend President Trump. With unity, determination, and wisdom, we will defend the state of Israel, and together, with God's help, we will restore security to the north. Security to the north.
The first point is that what caused these tensions was that the Americans, both by imposing a maritime blockade against the Iranian nation and by violating the agreement that had been established regarding Lebanon, committed a gross violation of the ceasefire. The remarks made by the President of the United States regarding the Memorandum of Understanding were also contrary to the parts that had been agreed upon. This showed that they are neither seeking a ceasefire nor dialogue. It is natural that we had to give a decisive response to defend the rights of the Iranian nation, and by the grace of God, our armed forces performed their duty with authority. I assure you, dear people, that from now on, we will also defend the rights of the Iranian people with strength, and under the leadership and guidance of the Vali Faki of our time and with divine favor, we will bring about another victory for proud Iran. We have 4 arenas of struggle against the enemies of Iran: the military battlefield, the diplomatic battlefield, the arena of the people's resistance presence, and the arena of service, which the first 3 support. This 4th arena is not related to today or yesterday. These are not only 4 parallel lines, but the warp and weft of a single body that must, like weaving a garment, so the success and victory of the Iranian nation with precise and instantaneous coordination. The military battlefield is a driving engine of power, meaning it keeps the enemy away from fantasizing about an attack. To the same extent, the diplomatic battlefield must be able to convert this objective authority into tangible and established legal, political, and economic achievements at the appropriate time, rather than leaving unresolved issues as they are by speaking in generalities. The Lebanese affair is a good example that shows the diplomatic arena, alongside the military arena, can push back Israel and the enemies. Neither does diplomacy hinder military operations, nor do military operations hinder diplomacy. Sometimes you stop Israel's attack on Beirut by threatening an attack and cutting off negotiations. Other times, you show with an attack that you have no fear of breaking off negotiations and are fully prepared. By the grace of God, the result is that they are forced to retreat regarding our rights, and we establish our own rights. Now, imagine if we had not been victorious on the military front, or if we had not moved forward in the diplomatic arena, or if the military and diplomatic arenas had not passed the ball to each other correctly, had not supported each other properly, and were not coordinated. In that case, our hands would now be tied in supporting Lebanon and regarding the maritime blockade. The hands of our armed forces are always free to act, and they operate based on wisdom, proper planning, and approved decisions. Our goal is to end the war and create sustainable security, absolutely not, the normalization of relations with America, and we have no trust in the other side. Of course, our method is not emotional action, merely declaring the rights of the Iranian nation, or condemning the enemy's crimes.